Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy for tonight's Class A showdown between the Southwest Covenant Patriots and the Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans. Patriots are in the end zone on the south end of the field. Here come the Trojans as they enter the field. We just had the coin toss. The Trojans won the toss. Beautiful night here at Commitment Field as you start to see the shadow of the press box on the near side of the field as the sun starts to set in the west for this showdown between the Trojans and the Patriots. Southwest Covenant under Coach John Jensen coming off a 5-5 season from last year in their season opener tonight here at OBA. OBA opened up last week in week 0 with a 45-point Mercy Rule victory at Davenport. OBA Trojans looking for their 17th consecutive regular season victory. Currently they've won 16 consecutive regular season games dating back to September 17th of 2021 when the Trojans fell at Regent Prep over in Tulsa in their initial year in 8-man football. So Coach Chris Kayott and his staff have their hands full tonight with the Southwest Covenant Patriot team that has a lot of returning players from a team that took the Trojans to the wire last year. It was a close game. For most of the game, the Trojans were able to open it up a little bit at the end with a 48-20 victory at Southwest Covenant a year ago. So the Trojans know they're in for a battle here tonight. I guess the advantage of experience does fall on the Trojans, this being their second game of the year and the season opener for Southwest Covenant. So the Trojans will take the field. They'll send Judd Cheatham back to receive, along with Wyatt Hofen. Southwest Covenant playing in what will likely be their final year in 8-man football, moving up to 11-man Class A football next year. That is the plan, at least as I understand it. Southwest Covenant wearing the all-white with blue helmets. Blue numbers trimmed in red. Your Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans wearing all black. Black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, white numbers. As we prepare for the kickoff tonight here at Commitment Field. You always have to be on your toes here in 8-man football to see a pooch or an onside kick, and that is what we see. Fielded by Ian Easton. He's going to run with that. Fields it at the 40, cuts across the 45, fighting for yards, brought down at about the 46-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will start their first possession. Trojans look very different, and this is your first chance to see them this year. Very different OBA Trojan team than what you watched play football last year. A lot of passing in the offense last year for the Trojans. Trojans more of a run-centered offense this year, structured around their personnel. Coach Kayott and the staff does a great job building their team around the talent that they have. And Judd Cheatham will be up under center. Ian Easton in the backfield. That'll be Caleb Mendoza in motion. Cheatham rolls out. Just when I say we're going to throw the ball or run the ball, we throw it. So pass is complete. Still fighting for yards. Still fighting for yards. That's number 24, Corbin Burrell, on the reception out of the tight end position, all the way down to the 25-yard line. So the Trojans showing a little bit of a different look here with a rollout and a pass to the tight end. Didn't see a whole lot of that last week at Davenport, and the Trojans showing some different looks early against the Patriots. It's about a 35-yard gain there for the Trojans on the completion to Burrell. Again, Mendoza in motion. Cheatham rolls out to the right. This is going to be a quarterback keeper. Ian Easton with the block on the edge. Cheatham has the edge, cuts it back inside to the 10. A host of Patriots bring him down at the 1-yard line. Judd Cheatham couldn't quite get there, but he was dragging 3 of the Southwest Covenant Patriots with him, and the Trojans are striking quickly here. Ian Easton with a nice block on the edge there that sprung Cheatham into the open field, and once you get Judd Cheatham into the open field, he is tough to bring down. Very elusive running from number 10 for the Trojans. Quick play signal in for the Trojan offense, and Cheatham again back in up under center. 2 runners in the backfield this time. Cheatham's just going to keep that, pound it right up the middle. Touchdown, OBA, Judd Cheatham. And the Trojans strike first blood less than a minute into the contest. 11:03 to go in the first quarter, and the Trojans are on the board. Quick start for OBA. Trojans going for a little shock and awe here in the early going. Actually establishing some offensive success early. So we'll go for 2-point conversion. It's going to be a handoff to Mendoza. Flag comes in before the play develops, and that's going to be a false start on the Trojans. That'll come back 5 yards, and they'll try for 2 again, this time from 7 yards out instead of 2 yards out. So a new play signaled in from Chris Kayott and the OBA coaching staff. This time Burrow wide to the left. Mendoza in the slot on the right side now comes in motion. Cheatham hands off to Mendoza. He cuts it up inside. He has a seam across the goal line. 2-point conversion is good. OBA. Caleb Mendoza following his blockers. Corbin Burrow out there doing a good job blocking in the open field. Trojans take an 8-0 lead. 11:03 to go in the first quarter. Quick start for the Trojans. So the Trojans couldn't have asked for a better start. Nice special teams, get some good field position to start the drive. 4-play drive, long pass to Burrell, long run from Cheatham, quarterback sneak up the middle from Cheatham. 3-play drive for the Trojans, and they jump up on top. 8-0. So the Trojans will be all set to kick off here. Big shout out to our corporate sponsors here at OBA that make extracurricular activities possible. Tonight's stream brought to you in part by Jansen GMC right here in Enid, Oklahoma for all your vehicle needs. Please go see our friends at Jansen on North Van Buren here in Enid. So there's a kickoff from Andrew Campbell, fielded at about the 20-yard line, return across the 25, across the 30. Collision there with Liam Berry. Doesn't quite get him down, so he falls forward to about the 33-yard line. That's number 6 for the Patriots, it looks like. Correction, that's number 0, Zeke Williams for the Patriots. So Liam Berry makes the initial contact on the return, slows the runner down. Ezra Reese comes in and finishes him off. First down, Patriots at the 33-yard line. 3 receivers wide to the far side of the field for Southwest Covenant, so a wide open formation. As now we have Zeke Williams come in motion. There's going to be a flag right away. Zeke Williams, the senior running back and linebacker for the Patriots, returned the kickoff, and he was going to be running on that play, but flags stop it before it can develop. Nate Gerber, the junior, is in there at quarterback for Southwest Covenant, number 3. So again, 3 wide receivers on the far side of the field. Zeke Williams in the near slot, coming in motion. They're going to fake the handoff right up the middle of the Trojan defense, and he's going to be stopped after a short gain. That's number 3, Nate Gerber, the quarterback with the keeper. It's like Nick Beckman and Corbin Burrell were in there on the tackle for the Trojans. Harrison Crow steps in and also helps out. Nose guard Nick Beckman was the first on the scene for the Trojans. So second and 12 for Southwest Covenant. Still 3 wide receivers wide to the top of the formation as he takes the snap. He's looking deep. He's got Zeke Williams running open. The pass hangs up in the air for quite a while. Picked off by Judd Cheatham, and the Trojans are going to take over possession. the receiver and the defensive back got tangled up, but that's not necessarily pass interference, and he brings it back to the 25-yard line. So the Trojans are going to take over first down at the 35-yard line for OBA. So the flag on the play was a penalty on Southwest Covenant, and that was declined. So the Trojans will take over. Cheatham again under center, hands off to Mendoza. He makes a quick cut at the line of scrimmage to avoid a tackle and turns what could have been negative yardage into positive yardage. 5-yard gain there for Caleb Mendoza. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Again, these two teams met last year, with OBA coming out on top 48-20. Not very many common opponents last year. Really, the only common opponent was Waurika, who defeated Southwest Covenant in the first round of the playoffs last season, and the Trojans knocked off Waurika in the second round. Cheatham takes the snap again, the handoff to Mendoza. Getting to the near edge this time. A flag does come out, so this one's going to come back as Mendoza gets plenty for the first down. Gains about 12 yards there, but that's going to come back. Flag comes in from way behind the play, which almost always indicates a hold. Trojans had a lot of problems last week with the yellow hankies flying around the field. So yes, that is the indication. It is holding on OBA. So that'll bring up 3rd and 15, or 2nd and 15, correction. So not a good situation for the Trojans in most cases, but I will point out last week, just about every time there was a holding called on them and they lost yardage, they came back on 2nd down and actually gained more than the penalty had cost them. So we'll see if the Trojans can continue that trend. And another flag this time. This time Southwest Covenant's offside, so we're going to march 5 of those lost yards back. And we're pretty much back to the original line of scrimmage and making it 2nd and about 9.5. So Crow, the center for the Trojans. Cheatham under center at quarterback. Mendoza comes in motion. They fake the handoff, go right up the middle to Ian Easton. He has room to run. Ian Easton turning the legs. Southwest Covenant trying to catch up. They try and strip the ball. Easton's not going to let that happen. He's drugged down at the 9-yard line. The middle of the line split wide open. Crow, and Beckman just blasted a hole right up the middle. Judge Cheatham with a nice read, giving it to the fullback instead of to the sweep, and just right up the middle. Ian Easton scampers for a big Trojan first down, brought down at the 11. So 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 11-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring here. 9:19 to go here in the first period. Great play there from the Trojans all around. Offensive line really doing the work there. I think that hole was between Nick Beckman and Harrison Crow, but Jackson Crow also in there just blocking bodies. Mendoza tries to go forward. He's tripped up there at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes flying in after Mendoza hits the ground. So as smooth and effortless the first drive seemed, the second drive has been a struggle with penalties and flags. And we're marching off a lot of yardage here. Still no indication from the official. We do have a hold, it was called. That flag came in really late. Mendoza had already been tripped up and brought down, and then the flag came flying in, so I don't know if we were holding after the play was over, but 1st and 20 for the Trojans. And as I said before, this kind of a situation the Trojans excelled in last week. 1st and 20, and they'd make a 40 or 50-yard gain. It's kind of crazy last week, I mean. So this time Cheatham in the shotgun, 2 receivers wide to the right. Cheatham's going to roll out to his right. He's looking to throw. He looks upfield, and he finds Burrow. Burrow scampers in. Touchdown, OBA! Corbin Burrow, number 24, the tight end, makes the reception. The Trojans once again with a 20-plus yard play on 2nd and 20. Bring it in for a touchdown, making the score 14-0. You don't get 12 points for a touchdown, just 6 still. There's a lot of rules that are different in 8-man football, but that is definitely not one of them. So Trojans again line up as if they're going to go for 2. Very few extra points kicked in 8-man football. Caleb Mendoza wide to the right, Easton in the backfield. Mendoza comes in motion. Cheatham rolls to the right, cut off, but he gets in. He squirms in for 2 points. Judge Cheatham, nice move. He was pinned in the backfield, made a spin move in the backfield, and just grinded his way forward for the 2-point conversion, which will make it OBA 16, Southwest Covenant 0. And we are back here at Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. Your Trojans lead 16-0 as they prepare to kick off for the second time. Andrew Campbell to kick off for the Trojans. He sends a squibber down the line. It's going to hit the ground and roll, fielded inside the 10-yard line by Southwest Covenant, and they'll head back the other way. Collision there at about the 25, and he stopped immediately there. That's number 28, Gabe Ross, the senior captain for Southwest Covenant on the return. Brought it back, about a 15-yard return there for Ross. Runs into a stone wall there right at the 25-yard line and is immediately stopped. Caleb Mendoza made the first contact for the Trojans. So the last Patriot drive ended in a Judge Cheatham interception. 2 receivers wide, 1 receiver in the backfield for the Patriots. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Picking his way forward, that's going to be positive yardage for the Patriots, about 4-yard gain there. And again, that's Ross, Gabe Ross, the senior. One of the co-captains here tonight for Southwest Covenant. So 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. Again, the shotgun formation, one running back, 2 receivers wide. Quarterback's going to put this one in the air, and that is completed. Grinding for yards. It's going to be short of the first down. Looks like it's spotted about a yard short of the first down there, so about a 4 or 5 yard completion there for the Patriots. That's number 8, Caden Waymuller, also a senior. So 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. Multiple times last week, the Trojans had Davenport in a 3rd or 4th and very short. And several times the Trojans were able to hold there and get a turnover on downs. Discussion going on with the officiating crew here. They've figured out whatever it was. Now we've got 2 receivers on the near side, so new formation here from Southwest Covenant, and play is stopped. And that's going to be There's a flag on the far side of the field. And we're marching it off 5 yards, so that's going to be a first down just on the 5-yard walk-off. Trojans lined up off sides. So 1st and 10 for Southwest Covenant. Two receivers on the near side of the formation, one running back in the backfield for the Patriots. Fake the handoff to Ross, quarterback keeper on the read option, and he's stuffed right in the middle. Harrison Crow and Jackson Crow just met him at the line of scrimmage and said, no, sir. So that's going to be a stop for maybe half a yard, if that. Bringing up 2nd and we'll say 9, generously. Nice stop there from the front four of the Trojan defense. Nick Beckman, Jackson Crow, and Harrison Crow all in there clogging things up on that Southwest Covenant running play. Same formation, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 running back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to there. Again, we're going to hand off to Ross. He's going to go over the far edge, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards there. Nice run from Ross, bringing up 3rd and about, I don't know, I'd say maybe 5 yards. Let's see where the spot is. So it turns into about a 3-yard gain, making it 3rd and 5 for the Patriots. So the junior, Nate Gerber, at quarterback, drops back. Receiving pressure from, he's going to throw that one really high and wide, and that's going to be a good 10 yards out of bounds. A flag comes in. There's no way that ball was catchable. No possible way that ball was catchable. The official's walking back and picking up the flag, it looks like. He is. He's putting that flag away, so. Oh, no, they're marching it off. And they call pass interference on that. That's shocking. There's no way that pass was catchable. Caleb Mendoza was in coverage, and it looked like both the receiver and the defensive back were kind of jockeying for position. I don't think any advantage was gained in it. There wasn't no possible way any human being could have caught that ball. It was almost on the running track when it hit the ground. You got to keep playing, though. So first down for Southwest Covenant and quarterback Nate Gerber. So he's going to hand that off to number 0 up the middle, and he's not going to get much yet there. Zeke Williams on the carry. He might have got a yard. Bringing up 2nd and 9. Linebacker Ian Easton is the one who stepped in and finally made the stop, but there was just so much traffic in there. There was nowhere for Williams to go. 2nd and 9 for Southwest Covenant. Going to roll out to the right. It's going to be a keeper for Gerber. A lot of traffic. He's grinding forward, though. Powerful run there from quarterback Nate Gerber, the junior, as he's brought down after a gain of about, 4 yards there. Strong run for Nate Gerber, making it 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 maybe. There was nowhere to go. It was all traffic. Trojan jerseys everywhere, and Gerber just powered his way forward for positive yardage. They mark it at 3rd and 7, so about a 2-yard gain there for Gerber on what very easily could have been a loss of yardage. 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the first period. 2 receivers wide to the left. Gerber in the backfield along with Williams. Snap goes to Gerber. It's a little high. He handles it in. Corbin Burrell in coverage there, and it's completed to number 8 is the receiver on that play. That's going to be a touchdown for Southwest Covenant. Caden Waymuller with the catch. Touchdown, Patriots. Corbin Burrell was applying pressure. That was probably the best throw so far for Nate Gerber. That was the first ball that didn't really just hang up in the air for him, and it found its target. And so touchdown Southwest Covenant. Caden Waymuller with a nice catch, just put it right in the breadbasket and strolled into the end zone. Touchdown for Southwest Covenant, making it 16-6. as they'll line up and go for two here. Different quarterback in for Southwest Covenant. He's going to hand it off to Williams, though. I don't think he's going to make it. A lot of traffic there. Two-point conversion is stopped. Zeke Williams on the carry, but no gain there on the two-point conversion. So Asher Hoover was in there at quarterback on that play. So a little bit of a switch in the lineup there for Southwest Covenant, hoping to catch OBA off guard maybe, and did not work. So Southwest Covenant with a response to the OBA scoring drive and makes it 16-6. Your OBA Trojans lead. And we are back here at Commitment Field in Enid, Oklahoma, where the Southwest Covenant Patriots have just struck for their first touchdown of the season, making it Southwest Covenant 6, OBA 16. 4:17 to go here in the first period. So Southwest Covenant set to kick off for the second time here tonight. They had the opening kickoff, which the Trojans turned into a 3-play touchdown drive. Wyatt Hofen way deep for the Trojans. Judd Cheatham up in the slot. Hofen's going to field this one and bring it back 20-25 across the 30. He's going to cut it this direction, 35. Got a hold of him from behind, but he's able to get it out to about the 38-yard line. So Hofen returns it, and once again the Trojans will start with decent field position near the middle of the field. So third Trojan drive of the night. Both of the previous drives have ended in a touchdown for OBA. OBA has opened up the offense a little more this week than they did last week at Davenport. We saw a lot of running last week at Davenport, and the Trojans have thrown a few more passes this year than we saw last week. So here comes the Trojan offense. Judd Cheatham lines up at quarterback in shotgun formation. He's going to roll to the right. He's got a lead blocker in Crow. He's just nice, patient running there for Judd Cheatham. Then a burst of speed gets him across the 50, across the 40, down to the Southwest Covenant 36-yard line. Yet another flag comes flying in. And another hold. So once again, the Trojans are being bitten by the penalty bug. If we're totaling up penalty yards already, the Trojans way more penalty yardage than Southwest Covenant. I think that's the Trojans' third or fourth holding penalty. Then you count the pass interference penalty. That's 40 or 50 yards already in the negative for the OBA offense. So if they march off the penalty, it'll still be 1st and 6. So it's not quite as much of a negative. But when you consider that was about a 30-yard play, it's a pretty big negative. Cheatham comes in motion. Liam Barry was in there at quarterback. He's trying to get around the edge and gets there. Makes the contact and is forced. Can't tell if he was forced out of bounds or if he dove ahead for yardage. They're going to mark it at the 49 of Southwest Covenant, so he must have stepped out of bounds before the contact there. So that'll be enough for a first down. OBA first down into Southwest Covenant territory at the 49-yard line. So a little bit of a formation change there for OBA on that one. The sophomore number 1, Liam Barry, was in there at quarterback, and Cheatham came in motion, a position he was very familiar with last season. Cheatham back under center for this one. 2 running backs, going to hand it off to Mendoza. Little traffic in the backfield, but Mendoza cuts it upfield. Positive yardage again. for OBA. About a 5-yard gain is going to bring up second down and about 5 for your OBA Trojans. Big thank you, big shout out to our corporate sponsors. I don't know if you can read the signs on the far side of the field, but our corporate sponsors are what makes extracurricular activities possible here at OBA. Big thank you to our sponsor for tonight's game, Jansen GMC, sponsoring our live stream this evening. Mendoza again in motion. Cheatham hands it off to Easton up the middle, powering as we have first down OBA and then some. As Ian Easton goes for about 10 yards on that carry, getting it out to the 35-yard line of Southwest Covenant. So when the Trojans can avoid the penalty bug, they are moving the ball with ease. So again, some substitutions for OBA, doing a good job of shuttling guys in and out, getting people rest when they need it. Eli Lichty in there for the Trojans along with Liam Berry. Lichty going to come wide to the near side. Liam Berry in there at quarterback. Caleb Mendoza in the slot comes in motion. Berry, no, that's Cheatham, I'm sorry. Cheatham with the quarterback draw in the middle of the field is wide open. Cheatham just scrambling up the middle of the field. No traffic. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Trojans. That is a 35-yard touchdown scamper from the senior, number 10, the touchdown machine, Judd Cheatham. Beautiful play call there from Coach Kayot and the OBA coaching staff. They split out all the receivers wide with the first real wide formation they've shown all season. Cheatham and Berry were both in there, so there might have been some confusion on who was going to play quarterback that play. The snap goes to Cheatham. He takes a step as if he's going to drop back to pass and then just turns on the afterburners and just blazes right up the middle of the field. Touchdown OBA. So the Trojans will line up to go for 2. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Mendoza comes in motion. Cheatham gives it to Easton up the middle, powering forward, still not down. And he's in. 2-point conversion is good. Ian Easton on the ground for the Trojans, making your score 24-6. OBA Trojans. 2:32 to go here in the first period, and the Trojan offense is churning on all cylinders. You do have to give the Trojans credit. There have been several penalties, but they don't let that affect them. They respond immediately and head back the other way and get that yardage back and then some. So the Trojan offense taking care of business here early in the first period. We'll be right back with you here at OBATrojans.tv. Welcome back to Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. 2:32 to go here in the first period. Your OBA Trojans lead 24-6. We've got a slight breeze blowing out of the southeast, but not a lot of effect on that. You can see the shadows have creeped all the way across the field now, which I'm sure the Southwest Covenant fans are going to be thankful for that shade here any moment. Southwest Covenant bench now partially in the shade, so as the sun kind of sets in the west, the shadows creep across Commitment Field here in beautiful western Oklahoma on the southern plains. Andrew Campbell set to kick off for the Trojans. And we are back underway. Another deep kick for Campbell. That one might roll out of bounds. They're going to call that out of bounds. The Southwest Covenant almost made a really big mistake in fielding that ball. Gabe Ross grabbed the ball as it was on the line. It didn't look like it got out of bounds as it was rolling down there. But the official has a much better angle than I do, and he threw the flag immediately. So that ball creeped out of bounds there at the last second, which will give Southwest Covenant really their best start of field position on the night at the 35-yard line. So once again, Gerber in there at quarterback. He's going to fake the screen pass. Now he's looking deep. There's a lot of trouble there, a lot of traffic. That's got to be a hold call. Ian Easton drags him down anyway. There were 3 Trojans in there in the backfield. One of them was getting ready to pull Gerber down, and then he was pulled down by an offensive lineman. So that's definitely going to be a hold. We'll see what Coach Kayott decides to do. They are going to march the ball back. It will still be first down, 1st and 20 for Southwest Covenant. Nice play by the Trojan defense. Obviously, you'd rather have the sack there. They were really close to getting Gerber and sacking the quarterback, making it 2nd and 20, but the Trojans will take the holding penalty and make it 1st and 20 at the 25-yard line. Gerber back at quarterback. Lyndon Bamer comes in motion. Gerber looking deep for his tight end. He's going to look for Bamer, number 1 out here. That's going to be out of bounds. No contact there, no flag. Pass intended for Lyndon Bamer. Caleb Mendoza back in coverage for the Trojans. That pass got a little air underneath it, and again, the wind is blowing out of the southeast. And so as that ball traveled, that easterly direction of the wind just kind of carried it out of bounds. So 2nd and 20. So the Trojans end up with that 2nd and 20 anyway. So good deal for OBA there. As Southwest Covenant looking to get back ahead of the chains here. Michael Morassi wide to the near side on Southwest Covenant. Caleb Mendoza out here in coverage. Gerber, the quarterback for the Patriots. Handoff to the right side, immediately stopped. Maybe a 1-yard gain there. Conservative play calling there from Southwest Covenant. Runs right into Harrison Crow and Nick Beckman. Stop for a 1-yard gain, making it 3rd and 19. So far, the Hog Mollies up front for OBA are doing a great job slowing down the Southwest Covenant offense. Ian Burnett coming in and getting Nick Beckman a break. So 3rd and long. Obviously, we're probably going to see a pass here. And they look up the side for Morosi. Mendoza with the deflection, knocks it away. Nice play, Caleb Mendoza, as Morosi made a kind of a post pattern to the inside hash, and Mendoza was able to jump the route just a little bit, get his hand in there, and knock the pass away, bringing up 4th and 19. Caden Waymuller deep for Southwest Covenant. I cannot imagine them going for it here on 4th and 19, because if they don't get it, they're giving the Trojans amazing field position. Elijah Chambers come running in there for Ian Burnett in punt coverage. Judd Cheatham deep to receive for the Trojans. Always a touchdown threat when number 10 is back there. I would imagine some directional kicking trying to keep it away from him, but that one's way up there. Takes a nice high bounce, so Cheatham's going to field it on the bounce and turn it up the sideline. Nice collision here, but he gets it into Southwest Covenant territory, brought down at the 44-yard line. Really high punt there from Southwest Covenant, trying to give their coverage a chance to get down there and surround Cheatham, but it took a nice high bounce, so Judd Cheatham just ran through that bounce and gained about 10 yards after fielding the punt. So 1st down OBA once again inside Southwest Covenant territory. 1:29 to go here in the first period. Southwest Covenant held on to that ball for quite a while, according to the watch. But if you go by game time, less than a minute clicked off the clock there. So here come the Trojans. Cheatham hands off to Mendoza, trying to get around that far edge. They're going to get Crow for a hold once again. That's going to be Jackson Crow this time. Sustaining his block a little bit too long, and he just rides the blocker all the way out there. And so once again, the Trojans with a holding penalty. So the Trojans, once again in the situation of their specialty, 1st and long. 1st and 20 for OBA at their own 45 now. And instead of the Southwest Covenant 45. But as we've stated many times before, the Trojans seem to do really well on these first and long situations, and they somehow find a way to. Sorry for that little technical difficulty there on the audio. Trojans with a flag on first down, so it's now first and long for OBA. Corbin Burrell wide on the near side of the field. Cheatham at quarterback. Cuts it back up inside, makes a spin move. He's going to get positive yardage here and actually scrambles for a little more than probably he should have gotten. So about a 6-yard gain from Judd Cheatham on 1st and 20, making it 2nd and 14 for OBA. 1:09 left to go here in the first period. That last Southwest Covenant possession took up a lot of time according to the clock, but according to game time, it really didn't take very much time off the game clock because of incomplete passes and penalties. Less than a minute on that last drive from Southwest Covenant. So we're still here late in the first quarter. Now as the clock ticks, we're under a minute to go in the first. So second down for the Trojans. Mendoza in motion. Cheatham fakes the handoff, looking to pass, rolling out to his left. Flicks a little pass. Ian Easton goes up and catches it. Nice play there for the Trojans. Another 10 yards, so now that brings up 3rd and about 6 for OBA. Very manageable distance for this OBA offense. Nice patience there from Judd Cheatham as he's looking downfield, and then just dumps it off to the running back. And really, Easton was covered, but the defender had his back turned, so Easton just kind of planted his foot and went up and got it, and before the defender could react, the Trojans had gained 6 yards. So they're going to wind the clock down 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that'll be the end of the first period here. Your OBA Trojans lead Southwest Covenant Patriots 24-6 here at Commitment Field. We'll take a quick break and be right back at OBATrojans.tv. And we are back here. Commitment Field, the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy in Enid, Oklahoma. As we switch directions and the Trojans take over here to start the second quarter. Caleb Mendoza comes in motion. Judd Cheatham with a handoff to Ian Easton up the middle. Met pretty early in the process there by the Southwest Covenant defense, but still Easton manages to grind forward for a couple of yards. Gavin Wright, the junior, on the tackle for Southwest Covenant. So that'll bring up 4th and about 4 for the Trojans. It would surprise me if the Trojans kick the ball away here. 4th and 4. The offense stays out there, so they're going to go for it on 4th down. As the Trojan coaching staff signals in the play, here comes Judd Cheatham in the Austin offense. Ian Easton in the backfield, Mendoza coming in motion. Cheatham's just going to roll it on the far side. He's going to have the first down and a couple of extra. Big hit there on the far side of the field, but both players just bounce right up. So first down, OBA. Looked like Cheatham was right on the boundary marker, but contact came before they went out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 32-yard line of Southwest Covenant, looking to march in and extend this 18-point lead. Trojans break the huddle once again. Chambers at tight end. Cheatham's going to keep this one, trying to get around the near end. Ducks his head, initiates contact, keeps it in bounds, going to keep that clock running, so that's going to be a positive yardage run for the Trojans around the near end. Elijah Chambers in there blocking. Ian Easton came out of the running back position and was blocking on the edge for the Trojans, trying to keep the thing moving forward for OBA. So here come the Trojans once again. Nick Beckman at guard. Jackson and Harrison Crow in there on the offensive line doing the dirty work. Handoff up the middle to Mendoza. Again, a nice hole up the middle for the Trojans. Mendoza's going to have enough for the first down. They're going to move the chains, so another first down for OBA. Mendoza being a workhorse, it's a steady diet of Mendoza, Cheatham, and Easton here for the OBA offense. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. As we wind our way towards halftime, OBA leads 24-6 and on the march trying to get more. Ezra Reese wide to the near side of the field. Mendoza on the far side comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Mendoza. Easton with a nice block on the edge. Mendoza cuts it back up to the middle. Inside the 10-yard line, brought down at about the 8. It's going to make it second and short for OBA. As Coach Kayott signals in the play to Judd Cheatham. Some shuffling around there on the Southwest Covenant side of the football as well as subs come in and out. Cheatham comes up to the line, tight formation. Mendoza comes in motion. Hands it off to Easton up the middle. Grinds his way forward. That's going to be enough for a Trojan first down. So it's going to be first and goal for your OBA Trojans. 8:45 to go in the first period. OBA knocking on the door, trying to add to that lead. Much more deliberate offense this year from OBA than what we saw last year. Coach Kayott, Coach Mendenhall, Coach Cheatham, and all those guys on the OBA coaching staff doing a good job of adjusting their game plans to fit their personnel. Cheatham's going to go in around the edge there. Block from Easton. He's going to have the edge easily. Strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Another nice edge block from number 12, Ian Easton. Springs Judd Cheatham. Touchdown, OBA. And they're going to extend that lead by 6 more, making it 30-6. Offense stays out there. Thought we might see, I saw one of the team managers coming over to the bench to get a tee as if they might be kicking here, but that's not the case. Ezra Reese wide to the far side, handoff to Mendoza. He's going to cut it up inside. Easy 2-point conversion for the Trojans. Caleb Mendoza strolls into the end zone. So a whole lot of strolling going on down there by the end zone for the OBA Trojans. Delightful drive there from OBA, just picking their way down the field. Nice patient drive. And OBA makes the lead 32-6 here in the second quarter. We'll be right back here at OBATrojans.tv. Welcome back to Friday Night Football at OBA as your Trojans take a commanding 32-6 lead here with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the first half. OBA likes to give a big shout out to our title sponsors this year, making our extracurricular activities possible. Insurance Services Northwest here in Enid, Oklahoma. For all your insurance needs, be sure and contact Insurance Services Northwest. Enid Pain and Spine. Dr. Owen at Enid Pain and Spine here in Enid, Oklahoma would love to take care of you. As the kickoff's received, brought down there by Corbin Burrell. And then our other title sponsor, Luckinbill, for all your heating, air, and plumbing needs. Contact our good friends at Luckinbill here in Enid, serving all of Northwest Oklahoma, not just Enid. So if you have needs with your heating, air, plumbing, just about anything, they can take good care of you. So first down for Southwest Covenant at their own 40-yard line. 8:11 to go here in the first period. Again, Gerber in there at quarterback. 3 receivers in the formation. 1 comes in motion. He's going to be looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle. A flag comes out, so we might see a hold. Corbin Burrell in coverage, and Gerber just throws that one away. All the way out. OBA cheerleaders could have caught that one, but that is about the only people in the vicinity of that pass. Nice pressure there from Elijah Chambers, Nick Beckman, and the Trojan defense. Not giving Gerber time to find his receivers, because he had some receivers a receiver that had broken open, but he was just under duress. Way too quick in the process. So an incomplete pass stops the clock at 8:03 to go here in the first period, or in the first half. Excuse me. So after that great play from the OBA defense, it actually didn't matter because the Patriots had a false start, so that play should have been stopped. I'm not sure why they let that play out, but they did. So 1st and 15 now for the Patriots at their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, running back in the backfield with Gerber. He takes the snap, bobbles it a little bit, does get the handoff to Williams. Williams cuts it upfield. Nice run from number 0 there. Judd Cheatham in pursuit. Several Trojans in pursuit now. Cheatham and Barry in pursuit, but finally brought him down. But Corbin Burrell was in pursuit and was just tackled from behind. Number 28, Gabe Ross. Corbin Burrell was closing in on the runner and was just tackled from behind by a Southwest Covenant blocker. And the flag came in on that. So that's going to come back. Illegal block in the back on Southwest Covenant. Great run there from Williams. But it's going to be brought all the way back out to the 37-yard line. Instead of the 3, they have the ball at the 37. So fortunate break there for the OBA defense, because Williams was also all the way down inside the 5-yard line before Cheatham and Barry were able to catch up with him and bring him down. So great play there from the OBA defense. So first down for the Patriots. Gerber back to pass, looking over the middle. It is caught. Okay, but the receiver was down on the ground, so Caden Waymuller on the reception. So about a 5-yard gain there for Southwest Covenant. Second and 5 for Southwest Covenant. Trying to get something on the board here before halftime. The Patriots have been unable to cash in since that initial touchdown in the first quarter. So second and 5. Waymuller looking to pass again, looks out into the flat, immediately brought down by Caleb Mendoza. Once again, Caden Waymuller the target. This time Mendoza was right there. Johnny on the spot brought him down after about a 2-yard gain. So it's about 3rd and 3 here for Southwest Covenant. And a big third down play coming up for both teams if the OBA defense can get a stop and maybe go down and add to this lead before halftime. Southwest Covenant obviously wants to cut into the lead before halftime. So big pivotal play here on third down. I would imagine this is 4-down territory for the Patriots. So it's going to be a handoff to Williams again. Stringing out the play is the OBA defense. It looks like he's right on the first down marker. It's going to be close. They're going to mark that as a first down for Southwest Covenant. Zeke Williams, nice run there from number 0. Zeke Williams. Harrison Crow with the tackle for your OBA Trojans, but not until Williams can gain about 3.5 yards and get first down for Southwest Covenant. So Southwest Covenant offense really deliberate here, marching their way down the field. 5:46 to go here in the first period. So there's a snap for Gerber, looking to the right. He's going to go deep on this one. He's looking there. Cheatham's in coverage. It's hauled in. Oh, it's called incomplete. He's out of bounds. No catch. Nice hands there from number 1, Lyndon Baymeyer, or perhaps Baymer. Sorry for the pronunciation. If you're a Southwest Covenant fan, maybe someone can correct me. Baymer pulled it in over his outside shoulder, but he was out of bounds when he caught it. So that'll make it 4th down. Or correction, 2nd down and 10 for Southwest Covenant. Taking a shot at the end zone here with 5:35 to go in the first half. So here come the Patriots, looking to cut into this substantial OBA lead. Gerber at quarterback. We got Gabe Ross in the backfield with Gerber. It's going to be an option play to the far side, but the running back doesn't go with him. Gerber's not sure what to do with it. He does make a nice play. He plants that foot and gets upfield, so it turns into positive yards for Gerber, but a little miscommunication there from Southwest Covenant as quarterback Nate Gerber rolls out to the right, and he looked to pitch the ball, and Gabe Ross was nowhere to be found, and so he had to kind of eat that one. Harrison Crow able to come in and make the stop for OBA after about a 2-yard gain for Gerber. So 3rd and 8 for Southwest Covenant. Again, I imagine this is 4-down territory for the Patriots. Gerber back to pass once again. Looks to the flat. Mendoza flies in and makes the play. I'm sorry. Yes, Caleb Mendoza. That was going to be another low pass for Waymuller. He was already down on the ground ready to collect that, and Mendoza just comes flying in and gets a hand on that, breaks up the play. Nice play there from Caleb Mendoza, bringing up 4th and 8 now for Southwest Covenant. 32-6 is our score, 4:45 to go here in the first half. Trojan defense looking to make a stop here on 4th and 8 against Southwest Covenant. Plenty of time for the Trojans if they can make a stop here. Plenty of time to march down and add to this lead. Looks like Southwest Covenant is going to talk this over. They're going to take a timeout here with about 4 minutes left. A pivotal moment here for Southwest Covenant Patriots. They really need to make something happen here and cut into this OBA lead. Otherwise, when we start the second half, they're going to be dangerously close to the 45-point mercy rule in the third quarter. Southwest Covenant will start the second half with the ball, so that is to their benefit, as OBA received to start the game and went on a lightning quick 3-play scoring drive. Long pass to Burrow, long run from Cheatham, quarterback sneak over the middle to punch in that first score to start the game. Turned into a beautiful evening here on the Southern Plains as the sun set in the west. Now the whole field is in the shade and we prepare for darkness. The lights are on. Friday night lights are in full effect here at Commitment Field. Lots of activity going on around campus here at OBA. Tomorrow, the middle school cross-country team will be running in a meet at Kingfisher. So if you're in the Kingfisher area, you can swing by the park and check out your OBA runners in their first middle school cross-country meet of the year. The varsity cross-country runners ran last week in Watonga. Your OBA volleyball team is well into their season, having already played 18 matches. The softball team in full swing, having a home game just yesterday. Right across the way, as you can see in the background, the softball and baseball fields. So a lot of activity as we head into the weekend, the long weekend break. A lot of activity here on the OBA campus. So here we go, 4th and 8 for Southwest Covenant. 2 receivers on the far side of the field, none here on the near side. Williams in the backfield with Gerber. Hard count, and we've got a receiver takeoff running and OBA lineman jumping, so I'm not sure who they're going to get on this one. They're going to march that off against Oklahoma Bible Academy. I will confess I'm not too learned on how that would work. It seemed to me that it would be offsetting because everyone moved it pretty much simultaneously, and a Southwest Covenant receiver just went running downfield. And so it would seem to be offsetting, but that'll bring up now 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 8, or 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 8. Pass, Gerber back to pass. Pass is broken up, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Liam Berry and Judd Cheatham there in coverage on Ross. Looking for Ross over the middle. Pass broken up by the defensive backfield at OBA. Liam Berry, excellent coverage there from the sophomore, number 1, Liam Berry. So OBA will take over. 4:39 to go here in the first period. And as the Trojans have already shown, they can strike quickly if they need to. And so the OBA offense will take over, looking to extend this lead before halftime. 4:39 to go in the first half. $26-point lead here for OBA. Mendoza comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ian Easton up the middle. He's got room to run. He pops it to the outside, across the 40, 45, shoved out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Nice run there from Ian Easton. The Trojans pounding it up the middle, seemingly at will, doing a great job of setting up the middle by going around the edges, going around the edges, going around the edges, and then boom, up the middle goes Ian Easton, gobbling up yards as he runs. So first down right on midfield, as you can see there on your screen, right in the middle of the OBA logo. First down Trojans, 4:31 to go in the first half. Cheatham's going to roll to the far side of the field. Now he cuts it back up the middle. Now he pops it outside. Flag comes flying in once again, so that's going to come back. It's a consistent theme with the Trojans. Just when they start to gain some momentum, we see some laundry on the field, and it all comes back. Another hold on OBA. I think that's their 5th of the first half. Maybe their 6th. I've lost count. So Nick Beckman and Elijah Chambers having a conversation with the official, hopefully getting a explanation so they can avoid doing that next time. So 1st and 20. Here we are again. 1st and 20 for OBA. Once again tonight, a consistent theme that we saw last week. 1 step forward, 2 steps back for OBA, and then hopefully 3 steps forward. So we'll see how this goes. Cheatham hands off to Mendoza. He pops it up the middle. It's going to be a positive yard play, but not very many. Maybe 2 or 3 yards there for Caleb Mendoza, and that'll keep the clock running with just under 4 minutes to go. Coach Kayat signals the play into the OBA offense as they huddle up. Don't seem to be in any big hurry here as we wind down towards halftime. Easton in the backfield, Mendoza coming in motion. Handed off to Easton. This time Southwest Covenant's a little more prepared for it. About a 4-yard gain for Ian Easton, but again, they were at 1st and 20, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 15, 3rd and 14 for the OBA offense. As good as the OBA defense has been playing here in the first half, you have to be curious as to whether or not it's 4-down territory for OBA. Maybe they think they have 2 plays to work with here. The clock approaches 3 minutes to go in the first half. Again, Mendoza in motion. Cheatham going to roll out to the right and look to throw. He's got Chambers over the top. Ball hit the ground. That's going to be ruled incomplete. Elijah Chambers coming from the tight end position on the opposite side of the formation. Couldn't quite get the ball out there. It skips on the ground just short of Elijah Chambers, so that'll bring up 4th and 15 for OBA. Had that been completed, it would have been more than enough yardage for the first down. They would have had probably about a 30-yard gain there had that been completed. Lineup shift here, so Looks like McGuire Arnold is coming in. He's the deep snapper for the Trojans. So the Trojans look as if they're going to kick this away with right at 3 minutes to go in the first period. So Easton going to punt. This is the Trojans' first punt of the season, I believe. And so snap takes its time getting back there, but no hurry. Easton drills it downfield. It's going to take an OBA bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and going to be downed by McGuire Arnold at the 14-yard line. So effective punting game from OBA. Pins Southwest Covenant down inside their own 15-yard line, so deep in their own territory to start their what seems to be would be the final drive of the first half. 2:50 to go in the second period. So here comes Southwest Covenant. Gerber at quarterback, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 running back in the backfield. Looking for the slant, nowhere to go. He's grabbed by the OBA line there. Several Trojans in there. Corbin Burrell, Jackson Crow. The pocket just collapsed around the quarterback, and all 3 defensive linemen for the Trojans were right there. Ian Burnett in there on the play. Corbin Burrell, Jackson Crow. Really, any one of them can get credit for the sack. Maybe all 3 of them will get a third of a sack on the stats, but they were all there. The pocket collapsed. Gerber had nowhere to go as the clock continues to roll now at 2nd and 14. So Gerber takes the handoff, hands off to Williams up the middle. Positive yardage there for Williams and the Patriots from Southwest Covenant. It's going to be about a 4-yard, maybe 5-yard gain, which gets it back past the original line of scrimmage, so they are slightly ahead of the chains, making it 3rd and 9. Really, it's kind of 3rd and 9.5, 9 3/4, just barely past that original line of scrimmage marker for the Patriots. So 3rd down, 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Cheatham and Berry in coverage, 1 running back in the backfield. OBA should be wary of a hard count here. Southwest Covenant's tried that a couple of times. So they're going to roll to the far side of the field, hand off to Williams. And he's going to find a seam. Judd Cheatham in pursuit, but that's going to be a first down for Southwest Covenant as Cheatham initiates the blow and forces Williams out of bounds. That's the second time Williams has broken free for a huge run for the Patriots. That'll get it into OBA territory at about the 44-yard line. So first down, Southwest Covenant. That's the second time Williams has found open territory on a 3rd and long. So I'm sure the OBA defense will make their adjustments at halftime and be ready for that come the second half. So quarterback switch, and he's going to throw it deep. Liam Berry in coverage, breaks it up. No, Judd Cheatham in coverage. Sorry about that. Nice play there from Judd Cheatham. Got a hand in there. Nice throw there from Asher Hoover, the junior quarterback in there. So a little bit of a quarterback switch there for Southwest Covenant. And we've got a cramp going on down here for the Southwest Covenant player. Judd Cheatham was helping him out. Now one of his teammates arrives on the scene. So a little bit of a break in the action for to take care of the receiver there. And I think that might have been Nate Gerber, who has been playing quarterback. He might have been out there running the route. He's had the ball in his hands a lot this first half, so I can understand why he might be a little bit fatigued at this moment. Even though it's the sun is going down and day is turning into dusk here on the Southern Plains, it's still warm outside. And so hydration is really important here for these players. This being the home opener for OBA here at Commitment Field this year, going on the road last week to take on traveling to eastern Oklahoma, really, to take on Davenport. Great job by the OBA staff and crew to keep the field in good shape despite the, I think 3 consecutive weeks of temperatures over 100 degrees here in northwest Oklahoma. So great job keeping the field ready for action here at OBA. Big shout out to the OBA cheer squad this year, captained by senior Carly Fournier. Continuing to work on Gerber down here. Obvious they're working on a cramp. A minute 28 to go here in the second quarter. First half will wind down in no time at all as the officials gather at the middle of the field and wait for this. Southwest Covenant coach is making a gesture as if, because he's down on the side of the field nearest their locker room, so they're making a gesture as if they're just going to take him onto the locker room. Since he's already over here, why make him walk all the way over to the bench and then in a minute make him walk back over here on a gimpy leg? So I'm not sure that's what's going to happen, but they've got Gerber up now, and he is indeed walking away from the field instead of back across the field. So looks like they're going to head on towards the halftime locker room. I think they were just confirming with Coach Kayod, hey, is it okay if our guy stays on your side of the field here for a minute until halftime? Because he's not going in. He's just kind of staying over here on this side of the field, as you can see on your screen. So we'll get back underway here. A minute 28 to go in the first half. Asher Hoover still back in there at quarterback with Gerber over here on the near sideline. So 3 receivers on the near side, 1 running back for Hoover. Hoover takes a snap and is looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle, but just too much traffic. The ball's loose. The ball's loose, and the Trojans fall on it. That's going to be first down OBA. Corbin Burrow falls on the ball. The pocket collapsed around Hoover, and Burrow knocked the ball loose and fell on it. So it's going to be first down OBA, a minute 21 to go in Southwest Covenant territory. Great job there from the front line of the Trojan defense, causing that pocket just to collapse around Hoover, who's only been in for a few plays. So way to take advantage of the situation and collapse in on the inexperienced quarterback. Recovering the turnover, the second turnover of the half for the Trojans. So Cheatham and the offense back on the field. A minute 21 to go here in the first half. This quick strike OBA offense looking to add to a lead before they go into halftime. So Cheatham in the shotgun formation, receivers on both sides. He's going to immediately drop back to pass. Then he's going to quarterback draw up the middle. This worked for him earlier. Cheatham making guys miss. It's going to be a first down and then some. First down OBA at the 34-yard line. Judge Cheatham with the quarterback draw. Didn't gain quite as many yards as last time we ran that play, but still plenty good for a 15, maybe 16-yard gain for OBA. And it'll be first down. They have backed it up just slightly. It was on the 34. Now it sits right on the 35-yard line. A minute 7 to go for this OBA offense. Liam Berry making his way onto the field. We might see that change in formation with Berry at quarterback and Cheatham in the slot. Again, that's the position Cheatham played all season last year when Bodie Boyson was at the helm for the Trojans. So Liam Berry in there at quarterback. The sophomore takes the snap, hands it to Cheatham coming around the edge. He cuts it up inside, finds room in the middle. It's going to be another first down, still grinding down at about the 20-yard line. The clock will stop for the first down. Another first down for the Trojans as they're marching. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Trojans trying to add to the lead before halftime as the referee winds the clock. No timeout here from OBA. Coach Kayot and the staff looking to save timeouts until they absolutely need them. Berry swings it out wide to Cheatham. Catches that swing pass he did so many times last year. About a 9-yard gain, right at the 10. They stop the clock, so they might be measuring for a first down here. Let's see where they spot it. And they mark first down Trojans right at the 10-yard line. And OBA takes their first time out of the half with 28 seconds to go here in the half. The Trojans just exploded here in the last minute of the half with a turnover, and then they've marched down into the red zone of Southwest Covenant, hoping to extend this 26-point lead, add 8 more, and get it up into the range where we can start talking about the 45-point mercy rule in the third quarter. So the OBA coaching staff are doing a good job having their guys ready, having their hurry-up offense in place, and going right to work as soon as they got that turnover. So nice job from the OBA staff and the players, too, knowing their assignments, being ready to go. So Chris Kayott, Jay Mendenhall, James Cheatham, and the whole OBA staff down there looking through the playbook, going through the files, trying to find the perfect play that's going to get the Trojans 6 more in the next 28 seconds. And so Southwest Covenant defense on the field. Here come the Trojans. Corbin Burrell wide to the left. It looks like Caleb Mendoza here on the near side. Ian Easton in the backfield. First down at the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and goal. And Cheatham's going to put the ball in the air. Just a smidge behind Elijah Chambers, or that would have been 6. Had the tight end running free, but it falls incomplete. Only a few seconds come off the clock, 25 seconds to go. Chambers was there, but the ball was just behind him. That's out in front. Elijah pulls that one in for 6 for the Trojans. So they'll dial up another one. The playbook is thick and full of creative opportunities for the Trojans to score. So Cheatham up under center now. Tight end swap sides. A little bit of motion there for the Trojan offense. Mendoza comes across the... Cheatham's going to take it right up the middle. Scampering forward, pounding forward, grinding, brought down at about the 2-yard line. Timeout OBA, 18 seconds to go. So 3rd and goal for the Trojans, 18 seconds to go. Trojans burn their second timeout of the half as they try and extend this lead. Really good job from the OBA staff and team, not panicking in this situation, using the clock wisely. No need to hurry here, no need to try anything crazy, just running their offense, deliberately moving the ball down towards the end zone, and now they've got a very manageable 3rd and goal from inside the 5-yard line and a timeout left. So still 1 timeout left to burn. So even they can definitely afford to do a running play here if they wanted to, and still have a timeout and have another shot at it on 4th down. Or they could do a running play, and if they don't get it on 4th down, let Andrew Campbell out there and let him punch in 3 points, and which would make the lead 29 at halftime. So here comes the Southwest Covenant defense looking to make a stop here, which would be a nice little boost in momentum for the Patriots going into halftime if they could somehow hold the Trojans here without a score. So the Trojan offense out onto the field. Looks like it's going to be Corbin Burrell wide to the near side. Caleb Mendoza on the far side of the field. Judd Cheatham still in there at quarterback. Ian Easton in the slot. And Elijah Chambers at tight end. So here comes Mendoza. They're going to hand it to Mendoza. He's coming around the edge. Touchdown OBA! Caleb Mendoza punches that thing in before halftime. And so they'll add to the lead with 14 seconds to go in the first half. So once again, nice patient offense there from OBA. Knowing what they have in the playbook, knowing what they're capable of, taking their time and not doing anything fancy, not doing anything crazy, just marching the ball down and punching it into the end zone, and actually having 14 seconds to spare. So the Trojan offense will go for 2 here. Again, Burrow wide to the near side. This time Mendoza in the slot on the near side. I would expect Cheatham to run this one, and he does. He's going to keep it. He's going to dive up inside. 2-point conversion is good, extending the Trojan lead to 40-6. So 14 seconds to go in the half, so we will have a kickoff. Southwest Covenant will have the ball one more time, but we'll take a quick break here on OBATrojans.tv. And we are back here Enid, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. Commitment Field, home of the OBA Trojans, who are in complete control so far here tonight. 14 seconds left to go in the first half. OBA leads 40-6 over Southwest Covenant. Again, second game of the season for the Trojans, so a little more experience, a little more, I don't know what the word is, calm in the Trojans' actions that we've seen here tonight. Southwest Covenant looked a little rusty there in the first half. Trojan offense just marched up and down the field on them. Andrew Campbell set to kick off for OBA as we head towards halftime. Campbell with a nice pooch kick, going to be fair caught at the 34-yard line. So Southwest Covenant will take over in their own territory with 13 seconds to go. 1 second came off the clock there before halftime. So I would expect to see a very prevent defense from Oklahoma Bible Academy. Three defenders deep here, whereas normally it's just Judd Cheatham back there. So Southwest Covenant's going to do a running play to Williams. OBA defense in pursuit. He's going to try and get to the edge and is forced out of bounds. A lot of traffic over there with the yard marker and the Southwest Covenant sideline. 7 seconds to go in the half, but since he went out of bounds, that clock's going to stop. So we're going to have at least one more play before halftime. I don't expect to see anything too fancy here from Southwest Covenant, but you never know. They could throw one deep. You might as well take a shot, but it looks like they're just content to run the clock out and get to halftime, get in the locker room and talk about what they saw in the first half, and hopefully come out in the second half and make some adjustments. So handoff right up the middle for Southwest Covenant. A lot of traffic brought down there by Harrison Crow, and that'll be it. Halftime here at Commitment Field. Your OBA Trojans 40, Southwest Covenant 6. Here on OBATrojans.tv. Welcome back to Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. Friday Night Lights on the Southern Plains. Here is your Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans with a commanding 40-6 lead over Southwest Covenant. In an 8-man football showdown taking place here in technically week 1 of the high school season here in Oklahoma. Last week was week 0. As we prepare to kick off the second half, Andrew Campbell in there to kick off for OBA. Southwest Covenant will have first possession here in the second half. Try to cut into this OBA lead. So Campbell sends it deep, hits the ground and skips high. As the return comes out across the 25, across the 30, he tries to pop it outside and is brought down at about the 42-yard line. Where the Patriots will take over. Andrew Campbell with the tackle for the Trojans to stop the nice return there from Southwest Covenant. So there's the snap. Hoover in there makes a complete pass there to number 28. It's going to be a first down. That was Gabe Ross on the reception. Brought down by senior Judd Cheatham after about a 14-yard gain. So first down Southwest Covenant as they come out firing. New quarterback in there, Hoover, who stepped in late in the first half as a sub for Gerber, who was looked like some cramping issues. Hoover completes the first pass of the second half, though. So Hoover takes the snap again, looking to pass. Scans the field. He's going deep over the middle. And the pass is complete. It's pulled in. The receiver stays down, though. Diving catch there from number 1, Lyndon Bamer. Judd Cheatham did a good job avoiding contact there. Bamer laid out for the catch. Hopefully he just knocked the wind out of himself landing on the ball. But he's still down. Didn't really look like an awkward landing, but you can't really tell from this distance. Great catch there from number 1, Bamer. He's a sophomore. So solid young player there, bright future for Southwest Covenant Patriots. We're only about half a minute into the second half here. As Bamer stays down, hopefully that young man's okay. Like I said, maybe the way he landed, he just landed on the football, and hopefully it's something minor, and he'll be back up and out there in action shortly. Again, as we head into the holiday weekend, a lot of activity has been going on here on the OBA campus. OBA volleyball team well into their season. Bamer back up and on his feet, walking towards the sideline, so that's good to see. No limp or anything, so hopefully it's like what I said, and he just kind of knocked the wind out of himself by landing on the football. And we'll see him back out there shortly. OBA volleyball team been in action this season, having already played almost 20 matches. They're ranked number 9 in the state right now. OBA cross country team ran last weekend at Watonga. Had a nice showing there for the Trojan cross country runners. And the OBA softball team was in action yesterday against O'Keene. And all those teams will be back in action after the Labor Day holiday. So Southwest Covenant back on the field, and Hoover under center. He takes a snap, looks to his left. He's back across the middle. Nice deceptive look there. Touchdown Southwest Covenant. Hoover with a nice throw. Really good job looking off the defense. He looks to his left towards the senior Gabe Ross and snaps it over the middle. Nice tight throw there to Williams for the touchdown for Southwest Covenant. And that gets them on the board first here in the second half, making it 40-12. Your Trojans lead. So they'll go for 2. Their 2-point conversion last time was unsuccessful as the Trojan defense stiffened on the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers wide to the left. The big senior number 88, Michael Marassi, wide to the left. And Ross in the slot. Hoover takes the snap, looks to the right, now looks over the middle. Knocked down Harrison Crow Hit him just right. You don't expect a pass to come right between your numbers like that when you're on defense. The fastball came right down the middle to Harrison Crow, and he could not corral it. Maybe a slight chance he heads the other way to get 2 for the Trojans there, but that thing was the express, and it caught Harrison right between the numbers. He wasn't able to haul that one in. So broken up pass, 2-point conversion is incomplete, making it OBA 40, Southwest Covenant 12. We're less than a minute into the second half. So Southwest Covenant starts the second half the way OBA started the first half, with a quick strike drive. Just a few plays, and Southwest Covenant finds the end zone with new quarterback Asher Hoover stepping in for the injured Nate Gerber. Hoover did play a couple of snaps at quarterback, and with Gerber out receiving, and that's one of the plays they ran, and Gerber was hurt on that play on a deep pass to number 3. Hoover throws a nice deep ball. Judge Cheatham was able to break it up, but then Gerber came up hobbling after that play. And so Hoover stays in there and executes a nice scoring drive for the Patriots. It was good to see Lyndon Beheimer pop up. Thank you, Coach Clay Henderson, for the correction on the pronunciation. As former OBA staffer and now Southwest Covenant Middle School principal Clay Henderson helping me out with some pronunciations for the Southwest Covenant Patriots. It was good to see Beheimer pop up after that nice catch. As the squib kick's going to roll out of bounds, that's going to give the Trojans a little bit better field position for their initial drive here in the second half. So the Patriots obviously went into halftime and had some good analysis of what they saw in the first half and marched down the field and scored in less than a minute. In 45 seconds of game time came off the clock on that drive. So a quick strike offense there for Southwest Covenant. And now the Trojans will try and answer with 11:15 to go here in the third quarter. Little delay here as the officials are huddled up over the ball. Looks like they're ready to go as the official winds the play clock. And off we go. Here comes the OBA offense with Judge Cheatham in the shotgun formation, Ian Easton next to him. Cheatham's going to roll to the near side. And Southwest Covenant shoots through the gap. Williams, number 0, just comes flying in there. Zeke Williams read that one like a book and was in the backfield before Ian Easton could even get set to throw a block. So nice play there from the Southwest Covenant defense. Obviously, they did their homework at halftime, schemed up a little bit at halftime, and were ready for that run around the edge from the Trojans. So that'll make it 2nd and 15, maybe even 16 for OBA, as that was a pretty significant tackle for loss there for the Patriot defense. Trojans in a tight formation. Cheatham's going to run around the far edge this time. He's going to be positive yardage. He gets around the edge, and it could go quite a ways. A flag comes. Flag comes flying in from way deep in the backfield. No one was around the official who threw the flag, so I'm not sure what he was looking at. And that's going to be called holding. The official in the backfield was, I don't know, 30 yards from the play and threw the flag in, and now another flag comes flying in really late. So I don't know if something was said out on the field. The white hat official threw that flag in with attitude, so he doesn't like something that was said either by one of the OBA players or one of the OBA coaches, because he threw that thing, I don't know how else you say it, he threw it with attitude and stared right at the OBA bench when he did it. So he wanted to send a message there. So yet another holding penalty on OBA. We're going to take a few minutes to collect all the laundry on the field. There are flags everywhere. So that'll be a holding and then an unsportsmanlike conduct. So I'm not even going to gamble and try and guess how far this second down play is going to be. 2nd and 30. So the Trojans, traditionally so far this season, have handled adversity well in 2nd and really long. Multiple times this year, a second down play from behind the chains has resulted in a big play. Tonight they've seemed to be content to kind of chip away at these 2nd and longs and get first downs that way. So we'll see how they handle it this time. It's going to be Cheatham around this near edge. He cuts it up inside. Looks like it's going to be about a 5-yard gain. So about a 3 or 4 yard gain there for Judd Cheatham. So 3rd and really long for OBA. Clock continues to roll. 9:47 to go here in the 3rd period. Tight formation for OBA. Cheatham under center. 2 tight ends and 1 running back. Ball's loose on the ground. They're signaling to keep the clock winding, so OBA must have recovered there. So that'll bring up 4th and really long. So really for the first time this season, penalties have cost OBA a possession. Up until this point, they've had a lot of penalties, and I can't stress that enough, but they've always been able to rebound from that and recover. And that happened several times just in the first half of this game, not even talking about Davenport last week, but it happened 8 or 9 times last week at Davenport. And so this is the first time that they've really been made to pay. From Ian Easton takes the high snap and gets it away. Great punt's going to take an OBA bounce. McGuire Arnold hustles downfield, and he's going to down the ball at the 31. So good job flipping the field there from Ian Easton and the Trojan special teams. So it'll be first down Patriots. After a successful opening drive here in the second half, the Patriots will look to tack on to the score and cut into this OBA lead even more. I would expect to see Hoover back out there at quarterback after a successful drive. Asher Hoover guided the Patriots down to a nice touchdown drive to start the second half. We haven't seen Nate Gerber back out on the field at all, not at quarterback or any other position, so hopefully he's not hurt too badly. It looked like cramps when he was out on the field. Hoover hurried that one just a little bit, and it falls incomplete. That pass was intended for Ross out on the flat. Ian Easton in coverage for the Trojans. Just to the naked eye, I don't see Gerber even out on the sideline for Southwest Covenant. So what looked to be just cramps late in the first half for Gerber may actually be something more serious. 2nd and 10 here for Hoover and the Patriots. He gets it away under duress from the Trojan defense. Hoover swarmed by that Trojan front 3 of Nick Beckman, Corbin Burrell, and Elijah Chambers, just swarming all around him. Somehow he gets it away, and it's not grounding because it was right at the feet of a receiver. So great job there from Asher Hoover to save some yardage for the Patriots, but that does bring up 3rd and 10. Elijah Chambers flushes him out of the pocket, dives, gets the feet. Elijah Chambers with the play, number 5. Elijah Chambers gets around the edge, flushes the quarterback upfield, and then Chambers, just a shoestring tackle, to stop him for no gain. So that brings up 4th and 10. Nice play from number 5. Really good for Elijah Chambers, who has spent the last 2 seasons on the sideline due to various injuries. Didn't get to be a part on the field, at least. Didn't get a lot of action last year on that team that went 13-1. And I know that was hard on Elijah to have to watch, and just did a super job of being supportive of his teammates, but so glad to be out on the field this year. So they're going to rush the punter. High punt, but it's going to be short. OBA is just going to get away from it. It's going to bounce backwards into Southwest Covenant territory and down at the 48-yard line. So OBA will start with good field position here on their second possession of the half. We'll see if the Trojans can avoid the penalty bug. As the Trojan offense marches back out onto the field, Liam Berry out there in the huddle this time, so we might see the sophomore. We might see the sophomore at quarterback and Judd Cheatham in the slot, as we've been seeing that periodically throughout these first 2 games for the Trojans. And that is, in fact, what we see here. Liam Berry up under center, Ian Easton in the backfield. Judd Cheatham in the near slot goes in motion. And they're going to hand it to Cheatham going around the edge. Ian Easton out there to block as a lead blocker. Cheatham sprinting to the edge with a lot of speed, and he's going to get forward about 3, maybe 4 yards. And bring up second and about 7 for OBA. Cheatham kind of walking gingerly back to the huddle. I can't tell if he's hurt or if his shoe came off. I'm not sure which it is. He's definitely not coming out of the game, though, which I think his foot would have to come off for Judd to come out of the game. Liam Berry staying in there, so we'll probably see him in there under center at quarterback again. Easton in the backfield. Hand off to Cheatham. They shoot the gap, but he avoids the tackle, gets around the edge. It's going to be positive yardage across the 40. First down, Trojans, Judd Cheatham. Initial contact came in the backfield. Judd Cheatham able to evade the tackler somehow. And it's going to be first down OBA. Trojans taking their time deliberately here on offense. Cheatham has stayed on the sideline, and they're working on him as if he's cramping. Berry under center. Ian Easton in the backfield. Caleb Mendoza in the slot comes in motion. He's going to hand it off to Easton, and he is just drilled. Ball falls loose. Liam Berry falls on it. Ian Easton took one right in the mouth as soon as he got the ball. I don't even know if he had the ball secured yet. And Southwest Covenant pops him right in the mouth. The ball comes loose because he hadn't even secured it yet, but luckily Liam Berry is able to fall on it. So it'll be a loss of 2 there. So second down and 12, second down and 13, something like that for the Trojan offense. Trojans shuffling guys in and out, trying to get people rest. The temperature is high still, and so you got to be conscious of hydration and cramping and taking care of your body, and all that stuff's really important. Rolling around to the right side, Berry. He finds Easton in the flat. Easton with the move. It's going to be a Trojan first down. Ian Easton. Awesome play there from the Trojans. Liam Berry avoids the rush of Southwest Covenant. Finds Ian Easton in the flat. Caden Waymuller was all over the sophomore Liam Berry, but he somehow calmly gets the ball out to the senior Ian Easton, who scampers for a first down for OBA. Nice play from the Trojans. So Berry's going to stay in there at quarterback. It's nice to see the Trojan offense have a little bit of success with Judd Cheatham over here on the sideline. Knowing that they have some versatility out there is always good. Clock continues to roll, 5:33 to go here in the third period from Commitment Field at Oklahoma Bible Academy. OBA likes to give a big thank you to their sponsor, Jansen GMC, for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Caleb Mendoza comes in motion. Berry's going to scramble around the right edge. He dances around a little bit. It's going to be a first down and then some. First down OBA as Berry's forced out of bounds right around the 14-yard line. Nice run there from the sophomore, Liam Berry. Big thank you to our gold level sponsors here at OBA, making extracurricular activities possible. Jenkins and Price, for all your cleaning supply needs, of all your industrial supply needs, contact our friends at Jenkins and Price. No Man's Land beef jerky, you can find it just about anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. Pick you up a bag of No Man's Land beef jerky. I promise you, you will not regret it. The best beef jerky out there. Barry takes a snap, handoff to Easton up the middle, grinding forward. That's going to get it right inside the 10-yard line for OBA. Other gold sponsors here for OBA, our friends at Atwoods. For all your farm supply needs, Atwoods, locations all over the state of Oklahoma and Arkansas, up into Kansas. You can find what you need at Atwoods. So here come the Trojan offense. Liam Berry doing a good job, the sophomore in there, playing multiple plays now. So Berry takes the snap again to Easton up the middle, grinds forward for yardage. It's going to keep that clock running. Ian Easton just right up the middle. Gains about 4 or 5 yards. That'll put the ball right on the 5. 2nd and goal for OBA. .4:28 to go here in the third period. Trojans with a sustained drive here, using a lot of game clock to maneuver this ball down the field towards the goal line. Hog Molly's up front for the Trojans, doing a lot of work, pounding out holes for Ian Easton up the middle. Mendoza comes in motion. Berry to Easton again up the middle, driving forward. Touchdown Trojans! Ian Easton falls over the goal line. Liam Berry and the Trojan offense march down the field. Ian Easton finishes it off. I think that's 3 consecutive carries for Easton, just grinding the ball up the middle. Great job up front from the Trojan offensive line. Harrison Crow, Jackson Crow, blasting holes there. Elijah Chambers doing his thing out there. Nick Beckman. The offensive line really did work on that drive, pounding holes into the Southwest Covenant defensive line so that Ian Easton could grind it up in there and get the yardage. So great job from the Trojan offensive line. You don't get to say their names very often in the course of a game, so we sure want to give those guys credit for the hard work they put in on that drive. Berry going to stay in there at quarterback. They hustle up to the line. Tight formation for the Trojans. And we had a Southwest Covenant guy jump and an offensive lineman jump, so we're going to get offsides on the defense first. So that's going to move the ball half the distance to the goal line, making it a little closer for the Trojan offense to sneak in there and get these 2 yards. This drive really gives Judd Cheatham a nice opportunity to rest. He's over here. They're working on cramps, it looked like. Ball just pounded up the middle. Liam Berry keeps it. 2-point conversion is good for the Trojans, making it 48-12. But as I was saying, Judd Cheatham was having some cramping issues, but he's up off the ground, and they were done working on him. But Coach Kayak going with the offense that was moving the ball down the field and gives Judd Cheatham a well-deserved rest over here for the majority of that drive. So as we wind down towards the end of the third quarter, 4:07 to go here at Commitment Field. Oklahoma Bible Academy 48, Southwest Covenant 12. Welcome back to the Southern Plains in Enid, Oklahoma. Beautiful night for football in northwestern Oklahoma as the Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans take on Southwest Covenant Patriots here in week 1 of high school football. OBA did compete in week 0. I'm not sure why we count the weeks that way. Just start at 1, but That's the way they do it, so we'll roll with that. Andrew Campbell with the kickoff fielded just inside the 20-yard line, and here come the Patriots. Nice return there. Elijah Chambers with the tackle. The runner's still down. Chambers got low and stuck his head right up in there. Might have knocked the wind out of him, because that was a pretty good stick there from the senior. Looks like that's Caden Waymuller down on the ground, number 8, I believe. Now they're lifting his legs up as if there's a cramp going on. So a lot of cramping. I'm imagining there's a lot of bananas and pickle juice down on each of these benches with all the guys that are cramping up. Here on these warm Oklahoma evenings here in August and September. As we move from August into September, as the weeks continue, the weather will cool down for us. The days are already starting to get shorter as we're starting to see sunsets closer to 8 p.m. So that'll help cool us off a little bit. The pace of the game has slowed down dramatically with all of these pauses for cramping. Not a complaint, just an observation. Both teams are having a lot of issues with players cramping up this evening. Really important for these young men to stay hydrated. Actually, that's Williams who was down. That's number 0, not number 8. Sorry about that. Zeke Williams was down. The seniors had a really good night carrying the ball. Has had a couple of really nice long runs for Southwest Covenant. He would have had a third, but it was negated by a block in the back penalty in I think it was the first quarter. So here comes the Southwest Covenant offense back out there. And I think I see Nate Gerber back out there. Yeah, number 3 back out there at quarterback. So that's good to see the young man back up and out on the field playing for his team. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be Ian Easton with the tackle. Ross on the carry. Nick Beckman was in on the play for the Trojans. Clock continues to wind. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the third period. So here come the Patriots. Receiver wide to each side. Gerber in there at quarterback. Surveys the field. Now he's going to look to throw. He's going to take a quick pass through the hands. And incomplete. Just through the hands of Caden Waymuller. A little high, but definitely within range. Waymuller got his fingertips on it, but was unable to pull that in. Liam Berry might have had a slight chance to pick that off had he gotten just a perfect jump, but that went through Waymuller's hands and fell to the turf harmlessly. Bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Patriots. Southwest Covenant making the drive up from Yukon tonight to Enid. Man in motion. Gerber is going to hand that off to Ross over the far edge. He's got a blocker out in front. Nice move to slip by Judd Cheatham, but tackled from behind by Liam Berry. But Ross with a nice gain there of about 19 yards, so that'll bring up 1st down for the Patriots. So the Patriots on the march once again, trying to head down the field. Looking for the slant pattern. That is complete to Waymuller. It will be about a 5-yard gain. Fast-paced passing game now for Southwest Covenant. They looked to go over the top a couple of times early, and that just wasn't successful, and actually one of those resulted in an interception from Judd Cheatham. So since then, it's been pretty exclusively these quick slant and patterns into the flat, and they've met with some success in doing that. Always got to stay on your toes, because once you start playing and anticipating those short passes, someone will do a double move and beat you deep. So the Trojan defense has to stay alert. Gerber, just sandwiched there. Corbin Burrell and Elijah Chambers, I'll meet you at the quarterback. And they made a Gerber sandwich right there. So it's going to be a loss there for Southwest Covenant. The Trojan defensive front all over Gerber on that one. He tried to escape the pocket by retreating, and that did not work out well for the Patriots, as Chambers and Burrell maintained the pressure and just followed him upfield and then literally met each other at the quarterback. So I guess each of them gets half a sack as a nice play from the Trojan defense. 1:26 to go in the third period. 3rd and 13 for Southwest Covenant. Gerber going to look to pass again. He's got Ross in the flat, wide open. He's going to look there, but it's underthrown. Pass falls incomplete. Ross on a little bit of a wheel route there out of the backfield. When he turned upfield, he was all by himself. And then continued the pattern as he should, but the pass kind of went to where he was instead of where he was going and falls short. So that'll bring up 4th and 13. And Southwest Covenant will come on and punt Waymuller back to punt for the Patriots. Judd Cheatham back in there for OBA, deep to receive. So big defensive play from the Trojan defense with the sack. Pins Southwest Covenant deep. Cheatham charges it, thinks about getting. Now he's going to get away from it and let it fall. Ball's down at the 20-yard line. Judd Cheatham really wanted to scoop that ball up and run, but thought better of it and made the wise decision and let it roll. So it's down at the 20-yard line. Brody Kufal back there for the Patriots to down the ball. So first down OBA at their own 20. Probably the deepest starting point the Trojans have had all night tonight. So they'll have 80 yards to go here with exactly 1 minute to go here in the third period. 48-12 is your score. So Cheatham up under center. He's going to pitch that out to Easton. Easton tries to cut up inside. He's going to get positive yardage, but not very many. 2, maybe 3 yards there for Ian Easton. Nice job setting the edge by the Southwest Covenant defense and not letting Easton get outside. He actually fell forward for maybe another yard, so that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for OBA. Clock continues to wind, but right about 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Corbin Burrow comes wide to the near side of the field. Ian Easton still in the backfield for the Trojans. Another handoff to Easton. He's going to come up the near edge. And he's going to get a Trojan first down. It's out to about the 34-yard line. So another first down for OBA. Ian Easton. Lion's share of the work here in the second half. We haven't called Cheatham and Mendoza's name very much because Ian Easton's been getting the job done. So the clock's running, 14 seconds to go. We'll see if the Trojans try and get another playoff. They don't look like they're in too big of a hurry as they're just kind of standing around back there. Coach Kayot not even giving a play to his quarterback, and they will, in fact, let the clock run out. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Your Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans 48, Southwest Covenant 12. And we are back here for the fourth quarter of 8-man high school football action. Your OBA Trojans taking on Southwest Covenant here at Commitment Field. Caleb Mendoza goes in motion, and they're going to hand the ball to Mendoza. He's going to get around the edge. Now he cuts it back towards the middle, and down he goes after about a 9-yard gain, going to be just shy of the first down marker, making it second and short. So just as I say, we haven't heard from Caleb Mendoza in a while. We hand the ball to Caleb Mendoza. So second and short for the Trojans. A lot of options here. You can dig pretty deep in the playbook here when you have second and less than 1. Maybe take a shot downfield, maybe try a little trickery, or maybe just pound it forward and go ahead and get the first down. Let's see what Coach Kayat dials up. They're going to go Easton right up the middle. He's going to get a first down and then some. About a 9-yard gain there for Ian Easton. Takes it out to about the 48, 49-yard line. First down, Trojans. So Chris Kayat, head coach of the Trojans, signals the play into Judd Cheatham. Trojans currently on a 16-game regular season winning streak. Haven't lost since 2021, early September of 2021, so right at 2 years ago. Cheatham with the handoff to Easton again, up the middle. Consistent pattern up to about the 39-yard line, just shy of the first down. They might actually give it to him. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be second and inches, and once again, lots of options now for Coach Chris Kayat. Ten minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Here comes the Trojan offense. Tight formation, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs in the backfield with Judd Cheatham. Cheatham's going to hand that off and is going to bring it around the near end. That's Wyatt Hofen. The flag's going to come out. Hovens goes down after a great run, but flag pops out, and the penalty bug bites the Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans yet again. And another hold. Harrison Crow, it looks like this time, is the culprit. So that one will come back 10 yards, kind of nullifying that great first down play. So instead of second and short, we're going to have second and at least 10 here. Although it is measured from the spot of the foul, so second and 9 is the spot here. They wind the play clock, and the Trojans will go back at it. Harrison Crow, the center for the Trojan, snaps it to Judd Cheatham. It's going to be a handoff to Hofen yet again. He tries to cut it outside, gobbled up by the Southwest Covenant defense after about a 1-yard gain. Senior Caden Waymuller in hot pursuit of Wyatt Hofen. Hofen coming off a 2-year layoff from football. Really strong player for the Trojans back in middle school, but lots of injuries, some concussion issues, kept Wyatt off the field. He actually ran cross country for OBA last year since he was unable to play football. And so he's really excited to be back on the football field after a couple of years off. So 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. Hofen comes in motion. Cheatham fakes the handoff and rolls out to his right. He's going to find the tackle eligible. Ian Burnett, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling downfield. Ian Burnett, number 70 on the reception. So the Trojans, in what definitely looked like a run formation, bring Ian Burnett in at tight end. He pulls that sucker in and rumbles down to about the 21-yard line. So Kayat goes deep into his bag of tricks, not on second and short, but on 3rd and long. And he pulls out Ian Burnett. I think it's safe to say no one saw that play coming. Cheatham's going to hand off to Hofen again, trying to get it around the edge. He's going to reverse field, tries to cut inside. There are Patriots everywhere on that one. No gain, maybe even a slight loss there for Hofen. So 48-12 is our score, 8:02 to go. Trojans in Patriot territory. Coach Chris Kayott using some extra bodies here. Wyatt Hofen carrying the ball 3 times so far on this drive, with Caleb Mendoza getting a well-deserved break over here on the sideline. Judd Cheatham back out there at quarterback. See Corbin Burrell in there at tight end along with Elijah Chambers. So 2 tight ends. Ian Easton in there at running back and Hofen in the slot. Hofen comes in motion. They fake the handoff. Cheatham rolls out again. He's got Easton all by himself in the flat. And Ian Easton, touchdown, Trojans! Ian Easton with the pass reception and yards after catch. Nice play design there from the Trojans, and good job from all the blockers, keeping their hands in, no holding call there. Nice downfield block from Corbin Burrell, who didn't even really block. He just kind of stood in the way and escorted Ian Easton into the end zone. Touchdown OBA. So that'll make OBA 54, Southwest Covenant 12. Nice play design there from Coach Chris Kayott. Have Wyatt Hofen and the whole line kind of flow to one side. Judd Cheatham pulls the handoff and flows to the other side and finds Ian Easton all by himself. So Cheatham under center as we go for 2. Hofen comes in motion. They're going to hand it to Hofen running to the near side. He's going to get around the edge. 2-point conversion is good. Wyatt Hofen. That'll make it 56-12 as the Trojans extend the lead to 44. So Southwest Covenant teetering on the edge of the 45-point mercy rule. Your OBA Trojans lead 56-12, 7:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back here at OBATrojans.tv. And we are back. OBATrojans.tv, a big thank you to our streaming partner, Jansen GMC, for making this stream possible. Andrew Campbell set to kick off for the Trojans. Short kickoff fielded by Ross, and he'll be brought down by Elijah Chambers at the 35-yard line. Big shout out to our OBA title sponsors. These are the folks that make extracurricular activities possible. Extracurricular costs are not figured into tuition here at OBA, and so we rely heavily on our corporate sponsors, and we are so thankful for their contribution to these kids here at OBA. The Insurance Services of Northwest Oklahoma can take care of you. If you have insurance needs, please contact them and give them your patronage. Enid Pain and Spine, Dr. Owens and the folks at Enid Pain and Spine will take good care of you. If you're having some issues with your back or in some sort of pain, please go see them. They will take great care of you. And, of course, our friends at Look and Bill, heating and air, plumbing, any kind of needs you might have with your home, they'll take care of you. Southwest Covenant with a handoff running towards the near side. It's going to be Ross yet again. All kinds of contact there. Stiff arm to the face. You can hear the I can hear the OBA coaching box just through the wall here yelling for a hold. Not getting a flag there, though. So Eli Lichty forced the runner out of bounds there. First down, Southwest Covenant. One of the joys of sharing the press box with the coaching staff is every once in a while you get to hear their commentary as well. So if you hear them over our feed, you can enjoy that with me. So first down, Southwest Covenant. And it takes the snap, handoff to Ross going over the far edge. Ross dancing around, cuts back inside, still on his feet, gain of about 9, brought down by Chambers. Ross and Chambers might be pretty good friends by the end of this because they seem to be meeting up at the end of a lot of plays. So second down Southwest Covenant, about 1.5 yards to go. Looking to throw, finds Waymuller over the middle and brought down. So the pass is complete. Caleb Mendoza with the tackle. Mendoza and Hofen deep in coverage, but Waymuller kind of splits the defenders and finds a seam there in the middle. And Gerber makes a nice pass, hitting him in stride for a first down for Southwest Covenant as the clock continues to roll. 6:08 to go in the fourth quarter. So Southwest Covenant looking to strike back quickly and cut into this 44-point OBA lead. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far as Gerber in there at quarterback. Grady Edmondson, the running back for the Patriots. Looking into the flat, ball falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 4, Ian Bowers, sophomore. Just a little bit behind him. He got a hand on it but couldn't pull it in. And that'll stop the clock here at 2nd and 10, 5:44 to go in the fourth. So here come the Patriots. Again, 3 receivers in there for Southwest Covenant. Man comes in motion across the formation. Gerber looking to his left, now to his right, looking to roll out. Trojans everywhere, and down he goes in the backfield at the 30-yard line. Nick Beckman is there. Corbin Burrell is there. Quarterback sack. Elijah Chambers also in on there. Another situation where the Trojans are kind of in a meet me at the quarterback type of situation, and several of them are back there. Corbin Burrell taking his time getting up. We've had a lot of issues with cramping here tonight. This doesn't look to be a cramp, though. Corbin is pointing to his knee, but he keeps trying to get up. He didn't want to be down on the field. They were working on Corbin earlier in the game in what looked to be cramps, so hopefully this is just more of that. And up hops Corbin Burrell, and he's going to limp off the field. He kind of hobbles his way over here and grimaces. Not happy to be finishing the game this way, but Corbin's had a heck of a game. Been in there applying pressure to the Southwest Covenant quarterback for most of this second half. So nice job there from the senior, number 24, Corbin Burrell. Worked really hard this offseason in the weight room and just working on his physique. Worked so hard that he's too big for the number 9 jersey that he wore last year. He had to switch numbers this year because he couldn't fit into the uniform he wore last year. He worked so hard in the weight room this offseason. So that's a good problem to have for Corbin Burrell. So Southwest Covenant still in possession. 3rd and 16, 5:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Good to see Burrell up, and he's kind of shaking that leg, trying to shake it out. So I think he'll be all right. Gerber looking deep. He's going to go to the end zone with that. Looking just outside the reach of his receiver. Just maybe grazed the fingertips, maybe. But I don't know if Ross was even able to get a hand on that. But Gerber actually put it the only place he could, because if he leaves that any shorter, it gets deflected or picked off. So nice effort there from Southwest Covenant. Ross laid out and sacrificed his body to try and pull that one in. I think it just maybe barely got his fingertips. But again, if Gerber leaves that any shorter than that, there's OBA Trojans all over that area. So 4th down for Southwest Covenant. I would imagine it's 4-down territory. I can't imagine them kicking this here. They might as well go for it. 5:26 to go, down 44. So we've got 2 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 on the near side. As receiver comes in motion. Again, pressure on the quarterback. Gerber's pressure. He fires that one up there. Deflected away. Caleb Mendoza flies in and makes the play. Flies up there, makes the deflection. That'll be a turnover on downs for the Trojans. 5:18 to go here in the 4th quarter. Once again, a lot of credit to that Trojan defensive line. They were in there on Gerber in a hurry. Nick Beckman applying pressure, forcing Gerber to get rid of that ball. And it is deflected incomplete by Caleb Mendoza. So a break in the action here. OBA coming to the sidelines. Look like we might see some subs here with 5:18 to go. Might see some subs for the Trojans on the offensive side of the ball. Looks like freshman Benjamin Burrell is in there for the Trojans for the first time. Eli Lichty in there at running back. Liam Berry is a quarterback. And with all the substitutions, there is confusion. And Chris Kayott has to call a timeout there. We had too many guys on the field. So a lot of subs in there, especially on the line. Looks like Ian Burnett, the amazing tight end for the Trojans, is still in there. But we've got freshman Jacoby Justice out there on the field for the first time tonight. So Chris Kayott using the opportunity to get some of his younger players some much-needed experience, because you never know when you might need them in the heat of battle. And so good to get them some varsity experience here tonight as we wind down the 4th quarter, 5:18 to go. It might just be me, it might just be the situation, but this feels like the longest timeout we've had all night long as both teams are talking. Got number 20, Lucas Olson, out there for the Trojans for the first time. McGuire Arnold's in there. He's the long snapper, but he's in there on offense now. So we got a 2 tight end offense for the Trojans. Berry takes a snap and it falls to the ground, but then he scoops it up and he actually falls forward for a couple of yards. So Liam Berry is going to get positive yardage for the Trojans. Missed connection on the snap, and that falls to the ground. Liam Berry falls on it and falls forward. So make it 2nd and 8 for the Trojans, maybe 7. He might have got 3 yards out of that. Hard to tell. Trojans taking their time. They're in no hurry at this point. With only 4.5 minutes to go, Trojans will take their time on offense and run the clock. Berry hands it off to Andrew Campbell, who comes around the near edge and going to get a first down for OBA. The ball seems to be down and everybody's scrambling. And there is a fumble on the play, and that's going to be a turnover. OBA's first turnover of the game. And so it's going to be first down, Southwest Covenant. It's first down, Southwest Covenant at the 42-yard line. So a turnover with right at 4.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Brings the Southwest Covenant offense back out onto the field. Turnover on downs. Last time Southwest Covenant had the ball. So they get a fresh set of downs here at the 42-yard line with 4.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Looks to the flat for the pass. Pump fake. Hits his second receiver, Waymuller, who cuts it up inside, breaks the tackle, tripped up by Berry, still stumbles forward for a couple more yards, and that's going to be a first down, Southwest Covenant. I'm a little surprised that I haven't seen a pass come out in the direction of number 88, Marassi, tonight. He's physically the most imposing looking guy out on the field. He's a full head taller than the man covering him, Liam Berry. But I don't believe he's even been targeted tonight. Used primarily as a decoy or a blocker or something. But I've been a little surprised to see that throughout the course of the game. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. So 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Gerber still back there, looks to his left, looks to the flat, and just when I say they haven't targeted him all night long, they throw a pass to Michael Marassi, which falls incomplete. So that'll make it 3rd and 6. Clock stops with the incomplete pass, 3:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. So here come the Patriots. Gerber in there at quarterback. He looks to the left and he targets Marassi again. This one goes deep, just out of reach of the big man, as it falls incomplete just right at the pylon. So 2 targets on 2 consecutive plays for number 88, the senior wide receiver, Michael Marassi. Brings up 4th and 6 for Southwest Covenant. .321 to go here in the 4th on 4th down for Southwest Covenant. Gerber in the backfield with Williams. Waymuller and Ross on the far side. Kufal on the near side. Looking to his left. Lots of traffic. Puts it up high. And incomplete. Judd Cheatham on the coverage. Those 2 guys were all over each other. I think that was a pretty mutual mugging, the receiver and the defensive back, and so no flag is thrown. That pass falls incomplete, so turnover on downs with 3:14 to go, as the OBA offense will again take the field. I would imagine we'll see Liam Berry at the helm. Coach Kayotte has the guys huddled up over here on the sideline. Looks like we're still going to see that second offensive unit in there for the Trojans. Had a turnover on their last possession, so they'll look to grind out a couple of first downs and run out the clock here, is what I imagine. Probably see a steady diet of Liam Berry handing the ball off for these last 3 minutes of the game. So Berry under center. Campbell comes in motion. Berry's just going to keep that one and grind it forward himself. The whole pile is moving. Liam Berry carries the whole pile out to about the 35-yard line. Going to be really close to a first down there. Liam's a strong young man. I like to kid him. I would say he's vertically challenged when it comes to height, but height does not always measure strength or heart, and Liam has both of those things. So great job there from the sophomore. So they actually measure that as a first down. So 1st and 10 for OBA. The clock continues to run. Berry under center. 2 running backs in the backfield now. Going to be Campbell getting another chance here. He gets hit hard and stopped. He does cover the ball up with both hands this time, as down he goes for probably a no gain or maybe a short loss. Hard to tell. So 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. 4-yard carry from Andrew Campbell. As he comes off, Wyatt Hofen returns for the Trojans. Again, the Trojans taking their time. The clock's running, 2:04 to go. Play clock's at 19 seconds. So they're just going to use every second possible between every play, and I think just grind this thing out. So Barry under center, tight formation, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Barry takes the snap, hand off to Hofen. The ball's on the ground. Hofen tries to scoop it up. He needs to just fall on that ball. When that ball's on the ground, don't try and scoop it up and advance it. He was successful in getting it, but the safer play is just to fall on the ball. So that's going to be a negative yardage play, bringing up 3rd and 11 for OBA. But the clock continues to run. 1:27 to go in the game. So they'll be below a minute by the time they get this play off, I would imagine. On comes Barry with 14 seconds left on the play clock. Exactly 1 minute to go. So trying to get around the edges, Wyatt Hofen. He's brought down. Does do a good job of staying in bounds, which will keep the clock running. Which will bring up 4th down for the Trojans. 35 seconds left in the game. They have not wound the game clock yet, so that'll do it. 37 seconds left on the game clock, on the play clock. 28 seconds left on the game clock. So the Trojans are just going to let this run out. No need to run a play here. We're down below 20 seconds in the game and still at 22 seconds on the play clock. So, yeah, both teams are going to go ahead and line up and let this thing run out. So that'll be the ball game. Your OBA Trojans 56, Southwest Covenant 12. Once again, for the second straight year, OBA victorious over the Patriots in a hard-fought battle. Last season, Oklahoma Bible Academy imposed the 45-point mercy rule on just about everybody they played, but not Southwest Covenant. And that seems true again here tonight as we go the distance, the full length of the game. And that's the buzzer. The ball game's over. Oklahoma Bible Academy 56, Southwest Covenant 12. Next week, OBA will be in action again right here at Commitment Field, taking on Yale Bulldogs as they come to Enid after OBA traveled there last season. So everybody have a great evening. Thanks for tuning into OBATrojans.tv, and we'll see you next time when the Trojans take on the Yale Bulldogs.